Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Power or Might. I am Gene Okerlund. I am Jonathan Coachman. I am Jonathan. Fuck. I am Jonathan Coachman here with Gene Okerlund and with Aiden English. And today on Power or Might, we're going to see. And today on Power and Might, I understand someone is making their comeback. We haven't seen it some time. Jonathan Coachman says, I understand it'll be Bray Wyatt. Well, yeah, it's true, Gene Okerlund. It's true, Jonathan Coachman. We haven't seen Bray Wyatt in some time, Gene Okerlund said. We ain't seen him in a long time. But the way I look at it is, well, the way I look at it, Gene Okerlund says, that Bray Wyatt's going to do some cool things here today. Well, Aiden English said Bray Wyatt coming back might be cool. We don't know which offshoot he's coming back as, but I'd be sad and made if we didn't think Killian Cross was going to show up here today. Shit. Well, here comes Killian. Here comes Scar to Dove and Killian Cross. Yes, folks, he's got hair now. But this doll was made back when he didn't have no hair. As you know by now, I beat Drew McIntyre yesterday on Rampage or Ram Through. I beat him in a seat match. And now that means I'm gonna go for someone else. That means that I'm going to go for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. You hear me, Jack Sparrow? I'm the one you gotta worry about now. Not Roman Reigns, not Brock Lesnar, not Seth Rollins, not Kenny Omega, not Drew McIntyre. You gotta worry about me coming for your TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. Because at the end of the day, I always win. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide old whole world in his hands. Look out, Scar says. Killian Cross, Scar you both think that you're unbeatable and unstoppable and unyieldable. I used to think that way about myself once upon a time ago. Way back when I first started in WWE years ago, when I was on NXT the first time as Husky Harris. When I went to Raw the first time as Husky Harris. Before I went to FCW. Before sent back to NXT for a 2-4 time. When I became Bray Wyatt. And then I was up on Raw and SmackDown for years. Before being put on SmackDown the first time. And then Raw the first time and SmackDown the 2-4 time. I thought I was unbeatable. I once had a team of followers once. Yeah, I once had Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I once had Daniel Bryan. I once had Braun Strowman and Randy Orton and Matt Hardy and Alexa Bliss. I once had all of them as my followers. And unlike you, I was a former WWE SmackDown team fighter with Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Randy Orton. I was a former 2-time World Heavyweight fighter, 1-time WWE Heavyweight fighter. I was a 3-time FCW team fighter. I thought I was unbeatable, Killian Cross, until I started losing. Yeah, can you see that one? You seem to think you're now unbeatable and unyieldable. You seem to think you got everything under run and lead. But you don't. Oh, I know about you being a former two-time WWE NXT heavyweight fighter. I know how you went from NXT to Raw and how you got fucked over and then they fired you. I know you came back to WWE and you're on SmackDown now in your 2 Ford run. No one wants to talk about that. But if you think that you can beat the Eater of Worlds, then you are sadly mistaken. If you fought back when I did the Firefly Funhouse and I had all my friends with me and I had my offshoot of the Firefly Funhouse greeter and the Fiend on the other side, you think that I'm weak or something? I'm not, Killian Cross. I'm not weak at all. I'm also a former two-time TWF light heavyweight fighter too. The way I look at it, Killian Cross, you have met your match. Because I am unlike every other man you have fought. And you fought many men in your whole time, Killian Cross. MLW, IW, NWA, WWE. But unlike all those wrestlers you fought during your 2 times in WWE on NXT and Raw and SmackDown, I'm not like any of them. No fireball will stop me. No spraying any water in my eyes won't keep me down. And as far as pulling out sand glasses and having timers, that's going to be for you. Because I'm going to be the one that takes you to hell. And I'm going to keep you there. You see, at the end of the day, the only thing you get to worry about is you get to follow the buzzards. So, Bray Wyatt, we seek again. You somehow seem to think that you got an answer to me. You think that you can beat me, Bray Wyatt. Well, let me bring up a little yesteryear about you, Bray Wyatt. You thought you could beat The Undertaker, but you lost. You lost both at the WrestleMania and the Survivor Series Living Sagas. You thought you could take care of Kang and that didn't work. Oh, who else did you think you were so great? Yeah, I know about your fights with The Undertaker and Xena and Kang. All about your fights with Buffy Summers and Angel. Your fights with Steve Austin and Godzilla. Your fights with Frack. I know all the folks you like to fuck with. Your fights with Hercules and Hulk Hogan. What you did with Ashley Williams and Autolycus. I know all about all that fun. I know how you had all your cool runs in with Aladdin and Jasmine and Randy Orton. I know how you dealt your dealings with both Gangrel and Kevin Thorne, and your dealings with King Kong. I know all the cool shit you did, and what you did to Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. But let me be so earnest to tell you that, and what you did to Jack Sparrow, that don't mean shit to me. Because I went unbeaten for 8 between matches when I was on NXT. And then when you went to Raw, you lost about 2 matches, right? One to Jeff Hardy and one to Keith Lee, a man that you beat when you were on NXT. Yeah, I made up for that. I beat Jeff Hardy. I beat Jeff Hardy. I beat Keith Lee again, and I beat Ricochet. Oh, yeah, and I know who you beat since then. Drew Gulak. Wow. And I beat Drew McIntyre. So, do you think you're man enough to fight me? Do you think that you can take me on? I'm ready for you, Bray Wyatt. How about we do this? Since Halloween Havoc's coming up, or Hell Madness Havoc's coming up, how about me and you have a match? And I beat the shit out of you and I take you to hell. And then I can talk with the king of hell, whoever he might be. It was Mephistopheles at one time. Now it's Lucifer. Could be Carly now. Whoever is the king of hell, either be Mephistopheles or Lucifer or Carly, they're not going to care. They're going to be happy that you are down there with them. Dude! Well, we do know now that Killian Cross and Scar the Dove will have their match here today, or will have their match at Halloween Havoc, or Halloween Evening Night, or Halloween Night Madness. It was coming on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw, Jonathan Coachman says. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Gene Okerlund says. So now we know that Bray Wyatt will beat Killian Cross sometime down the road. I tell you one thing right now, Aiden English says, there ain't no way that Killian Cross is going to beat Bray Wyatt. It is what it is. Fuck that. I want you here now. I want to have a match with you here now. So Astronema or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, someone needs to come out here and make this match lawful. Because I want to have a match with someone. Someone I know I can beat. Well, here he comes now. Here's Medusa. You want to have a match with me? Let's have a match. Get the Fight Lord in the ring. Ding, ding, ding. Well, now we got a match with Killian Cross and Medusa. And Medusa just knocked down Killian Cross. Jonathan Coachman says. Medusa has the skill to shift men and women and other living beings in a stone by looking at them, Gene Okerlund says. Medusa coming. Killian Cross. Oh, Killian Cross just struck Medusa from behind. And now he's put her in the cross lock. The cross lock. Ding, 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 ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner. Killian Cross. Killian Cross and Scar the Dove. Killian Cross beat Medusa here today on Power or Might, hoping that he would get the upset, show Bray Wyatt that he's not to be fucked with, not to be frightened with. Well, we do know one thing. Jonathan Coachman said Joey Styles is now going to be talking with Bray Wyatt. All right. Now, thank you, Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to talk with Bray Wyatt now. Bray Wyatt, we didn't see you in months, and now you're back. Why go after Killian Cross? Why not, Joey Styles? Killian Cross said he wants to have a match with me. And since now I'm back in the WWE for a 2-4 run, and since now I'm back in the TWF, if Killian Cross wants me, he knows where to look me. And what he did to Medusa, well, that's only what a weakling would do. You see, I don't need no fiendship. I don't need no witchcraft to undo Killian Cross. All I need to do is play mind games. Well, hopefully, Bray, you'll be ready for Killian when your match comes up at the end of this month. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a happy Hell evening, a happy Hell night. Stunning sweet. It's going to be Killian Cross's worst night of his life. He's going to go through hell, and then he's going to wake up in hell. Well, that's my talk of Bray Wyatt. Back to you, Jonathan Coachman and Gene Okerlund. Thank you, Joey Styles, for talking of Bray Wyatt here today on Power or Might. And it looks like it is all the time we got here for Power or Might. That I am Jonathan Coachman for Gene Okerlund and Aiden English. We hope you like Power and Might, and we'll see you tomorrow. and we'll see you tomorrow for a Lone Day Night Raw. We'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw or a Lone Day Night Raw.